Ahoy! Justin from Suzuki Marine here, back out here at beautiful Lake Roosevelt over here in eastern Washington. Today it's kind of a chilly day. We're expecting a little bit of snow, but I got a beautiful boat behind me that I want to give you guys a cool walkthrough video on. We're going to start with the trailer though. This is definitely a unique trailer to us. We do the tough trailers all the time. They are an all aluminum I-beam, but we added quite a few things to this that aren't standard, and I wanted to show you. Right up here at the bow, we have a boarding ladder. This customer often goes to places where he doesn't have a dock, so he needs to be able to climb onto the boat from the trailer. So we got him a boarding ladder from Tough. Another thing on this is the electric over hydraulic brakes. It's not a standard, so if it's something you want to add to your trailer, just let us know, we can do that. And then on the back, we got the 2-post guides. It helps, when he's pulling the boat onto the trailer in windy conditions, just to help align the trailer. So they are, like I said, an all aluminum I-beam trailer, disc brakes, aluminum rims, torsion axles, just an all around really good trailer. Fit our boats really well and everything. So back to the boat now. This is our 240 Pro Fish. It is just a little bit bigger than the 220 and a little bit smaller than our 2584 Coastal. Up here on the front, we do have the diamond plate anchor guard. We did put some spot and floodlights up here for them. Coming down the side, we do have our dual rub rails. They're not a standard. The anchor guard's not a standard, so if that's something you want on your boat, just let us know and we can add those. We do have a diesel heater in this boat, and the nice thing about this is the fuel is on the outside of the boat, so you never have to bring your diesel inside the cabin. Then we have our fuel fill spot for the gas. We do have 3 cleats that go down the side, right here, right there, and there is one more up in the bow that I can show you guys a little later. We got the rod trees right here with the swedged rod holders. They do have a little spot down here at the bottom, so your rods can't, bottom out on your reels. Moving down the boat, we do have dual downrigger pads. That's not a standard. A standard is just having 2. So if you want to run 4 downriggers, just let us know. We can put 4 downrigger pads on it. To the paint, it's just all white boat. Easy to keep clean, and just looks good and classic. The one thing he did though is we did do a blackout logo and blackout decals. So moving around to the back side of the boat, we do have our fully chambered offshore bracket, just like we have on all of our other boats. Easy plug holders right here. There's 2 of them, and I'll explain that in a minute. Then we do have our anodes right here. They're all aluminum, works good in freshwater and saltwater. Back here on the back, you'll notice it's quite full. Standard on all of our boats except for the Delta are the trim tabs. So those come on all of them except for the Delta. And then we got a couple transducers back here. We got one for the Fish Hawk. We have one for the Canon downriggers, and then on the far side over there, we actually have a Garmin Live Scope, transom mounted. To the motors, all Suzuki. This one is a 9.9 kicker. It is hooked up with a Reactor 40 autopilot. Then the main motor is a 300 digital engine. And back to the plugs, like I was saying, so we got 2 spots right there. The center one is for the main hole, and the one off to the left is for the offshore bracket. So when I say that thing is fully chambered, it is actually separate from the boat. And when we build that, we pressure test it and make sure no leaks. So good to go there. All of our boats do come standard with the walk-through transom door. So if you want to take Grandpa out fishing, no problem. You'll be able to get in the boat nice and easily. If you're out there swimming in the summertime and you want to have the kids climbing off the back and jumping in and stuff, another standard on all of our boats is this fold down pocketed swim ladder. So easy access when you're in the water. Does have grip tape on there and just goes right in there simply like that. So that's kind of the outside of the boat. We're gonna go put this thing in the water, and then we'll jump into the cabin and kind of show you what's going on up there, because there's a lot going on in this boat. So right here on the back deck of our Profish, fully welded down floor, normal back transom. We do have a live well back here, so it is not our bait tank, but it is a live well. On this side over here, we have a kind of like a scent washing station. Wash your lures, wash your hands. Just it's a little sink. It just drains directly out the back of the boat. Down here, we do have dual house batteries on this guy. There's just a lot of the plumbing, and there's a breaker back here for all your downriggers. In this one, a lot more of the standard stuff you'd see. Bilge pump. We have our standpipes for our live well. We have our standpipe for our washdown. We got our gulper pump for our in-floor fish box, fuel water separator, all that kind of stuff. Over here is our battery control station. So you do have your breakers and your main on and off switch. All are keyed alike, so you don't have to have 19 million keys. A little bit different on this boat too. These are called our rod lockers. So he wants plenty of rod storage that he can, safely store his rods. So we did put carpet on the inside. We installed some rod holders right there. There are 2 cannon plugs on each side for the downriggers. Like I said earlier, we do have 4 downrigger mounts. The standard is 2. This customer wanted 4. Up here we have some burn winds. In here too, there's actually some burn winds down here, so you can easily remove your downriggers and put them in any location that you want. Back here too, this is a different thing. We have a tackle station right here. So he'll go get some Plano boxes and be able to store all kinds of tackle. We do have the fish hawk mounted back here, little cutting board. Up top here, we do have a radar arch with the ski tow hook. We have the 8 rocket launchers across the top, and obviously the rod trees down the sides. Back here for our electronics, we do have the 1243 XSV. We do have the fish hawk, and then the cannons. They'll talk to the transducer that the fish hawk supplies when you lower it down in the water. Moving into the cab now. So we got the 40-inch bench seats, plenty of storage under them. This one's kind of unique. If you see this little panel right here, we have my toolkit behind it right now. But we will be installing a porta potty. Well, not really installing, but more or less setting it in there. And then there are some buttons right here, and we made a canvas drop so you can have some privacy while using the porta potty. Up top, we do have more rod storage right here. These are our Taka rod holders. Lumitech lights. They are dimmable. You can just rock your switch and get that intensity of light. Also, they do red and they do blue. We got some storage across either side with the top shelves. They are fully carpeted as well. Up here at the seats, they are suspension seats. They are i3mm suspension seats. One thing I really like about these is I got little young kids. They like to stick their fingers just about everywhere. You can't get your fingers into the suspension mechanism. So if you have little kids on the boat, you don't have to worry about their fingers getting in there and getting, smashed a little bit. More storage underneath both sides. This boat is the first Profish that we ever installed shore power. And so what that entails, right here behind the seat, when you are plugged into shore panel, this panel will come on. And there's an outlet back there, and there is a battery charger right here. So this battery charger will maintain all of your batteries back there. The outlets for those are here and here. On this one, we did give him some more USB and 12-volt cigarette lighter right here, plug-in, so he can charge his phone over here at the glove box. If you notice this big diamond plate thing, not necessarily a standard, but this customer wanted a diesel heater, which is very nice because it is cold out here today. Here's your fuel gauge for that, thermostat for that. We got one vent here, one vent here. But what that is hiding is the fuel tank, because normally we'd put the fuel tank down in the floor, but I got something special under here. This is our in-floor rod storage. So you can store up to 9 rods. Those are single piece rods. And these aren't no short little rods. These are some big rods to be able to store up there. So there's room for 9 of those in there. You can either store your rods or just have it as dry storage. There are tubes that go all the way up there that kind of curl up underneath the bow, keeping your tips nice and good. Obviously you got to be a little gingerly putting them in there with these expensive rods. That's our in-floor rod storage. The metal that goes all the way around is actually anodized. It's not painted. So that's kind of a unique feature on this boat. Up here we do have the normal step box. That's a standard, just a little bit of storage, a little bit more storage underneath the main helm over here. We went with 2 Kona fans in here. We can do black or white. We went with the Garmin VHF. We have another 1243 up here. All your standard wipers, switches, bilge, navigation, this, that, and the other. One thing I want to point out though is this wiper. It is a delay wiper. So instead of just being on and off the entire time, you can turn it up or you can turn it down so you have a delay. One of these accessories does turn on the live well back here. We have some more switches over here. These are for your bow lights, all your spot and your flood. We have some undergunnel lights, and we have light up there out for the aft deck. So plenty of lights on this boat. Other things in here in the cabin. We went with the Garmin Fusion stereo. I'll turn that on for you guys real quick. There are 2 speakers in here in the cabin and also 2 on the aft deck, and they'll get plenty loud. The cool thing about this is I'm going to turn it back off so you guys can hear me. You can separate the sound, so if you didn't want any sound in here, you could turn it off in here. Let's say you're going to put a kiddo down for a nap or something like that. You can still have your music out back, or vice versa. If you don't need the music out back, let's say you're at a marina and you're just sitting in here in the boat tying up some stuff, you could just have your music on here in here and not be bugging anybody else. So this screen right here is for the Reactor 40 on the kicker. We got that all calibrated. We do have troll mode, fuel gauge for the boat. Anything else? I know there's a lot to go over on this guy. Let's move up here to the bow. So we got the Garmin cracking right now. I have it in anchor mode right now, so it's just sitting here holding us. We have a pretty good breeze going this way, and we've been here for about 10 minutes, and we haven't moved a bit. So that's super nice. We have the live scope going off of that right now. You can also control the Kraken from this screen or that screen. There is a mount right here, so while you're driving, this stows right here, and this keeps it nice and stable. Right here on the floor right here, if you'll notice this little guy, that's for a seat. So he can put his seat up here and rest and fish right here off the bow. We do have more storage right here in the front that is being taken up by all of the batteries. And we did go with the Dakota lithium batteries in there, and those are all for the trolling motor. And there is a separate charger back underneath the helm for that guy that will reach one of those outlets. So when you got your boat plugged into shore power, you can simply plug in your battery charger just right in here into the boat, and then have these batteries and your back batteries all being maintained at the same time. So yeah, we did get the Garmin series radio up here and the Garmin GPS puck. That's a standard on all of our boats we send out, as long as you get, you know, electronic package and whatnot. But so yeah, the trolling motor, sorry I missed that. It's set up on a lee lock base, so if you do want to remove it, let's say you don't need it that day, you can simply pull that pin and the entire trolling motor will come off. This screen also is on a ram mount, so you can take that off and stow it inside the cabin while you're driving down the road or in the water. Do have a front screen for it. But yeah, I think that should do it for this boat. If I missed anything, feel free to drop a comment and I'll try and clear that up. But until next time, guys, over and out.